Want to play Devastation Evoker and Mythic Plus without guessing what to press? I'll walk you through how Flameshaper actually works, what to press, when to press it, and how to stop bleeding damage in every pool. Devastation Evoker is a ranged caster specialized in fire and magic spells. The red spells usually deal AoE damage, while the blue spells tend to focus on single target damage or magic amplification. You manage a resource called Essence. You have 5 charges and they regenerate over time. You'll spend Essence on either Pyre, a red spell, for AoE damage, and Disintegrate, a blue spell, for single target damage. You'll also have empowered spells, ability that you can charge up by holding the button. 2 key examples are Fire Breath, a red spell. The overall damage stays the same no matter how long you charge it. The only thing that changes is how much of it is upfront versus over time. At the highest empowerment level, the upfront damage is massive, but the dot becomes shorter. And Eternity Surge, a blue spell, hits more targets the longer you charge it, and there is no dot attached to it. And in single target, you usually just send it at level 1. The basic gameplay is straightforward. Press your cooldowns on time, spend Essence logically, and stay mobile and adaptive. Evokers have strong movement tools, especially Hover, which lets you cast while moving. That makes the spec feel less like a turret and more like a battle mage who's always in motion. Now, Flameshaper takes this base and cranks the AoE dial to 11. With this build, you're playing around Fire's Breath damage over time, which used to be something you would mostly ignore, but now you detonate it. You get a button called Engulf, and pressing it makes all your dots explode in an instant. Think... It's fast, satisfying, and does huge damage. You also pick talents like Firestorm, a high damage AoE spell, and Snapfire, which gives you instant, free firestorms, so now you're throwing fire all over the screen while spamming pyres. In AoE, Firestorm becomes a priority button. Proc or not, if it's available, you press it. In single target though, you only press it when it procs, and you don't hold the proc, you just dump it right away since you can't stack multiple procs, so delaying it loses value. You now build around these key mechanics. Your spenders like Pyre and Disintegrate leave a dot thanks to the talent Enkindle. Your filler spell, Living Flame, also applies a dot, and of course, Fire Breath still applies its classic burn. That means most targets will naturally have 2 out of 3 dots on them at all times. The one you do need to track is Fire Breath. If it's active and you've got Engulf charges, you're good to go. The goal is to engulf when Fire Breath is ticking, preferably with 2 charges and ideally during your cooldown windows. You can even line it up with Shattering Star for bonus burst. But don't overthink it. If you're about to overcap Engulf charges, just press it, even if the setup isn't perfect. But if you can wait a second or 2 for Shattering Star or Fire Breath to come off cooldown, do it. And of course, what makes Engulf so strong in AoE is our capstone talent, Consume Flame. When you engulf, it hits 2 seconds of Fire Breath's damage over time and explodes it for 900 of the consumed damage. This scales extremely well in AoE, though reduced past 5 targets. So this build is an AoE machine. It's loud, explosive, and fun. You'll notice your single target damage falls off, but in Mythic Plus, your job is to wipe packs and not win boss parses. Now that we are familiar with our kit, let's start learning about the opener and rotation. In boss fights, your main goal is simple. Keep your essence from capping and keep your key abilities on cooldown. The only sequence you have is in your opener when you have all of your abilities available. Use this when you start a boss fight with full cooldowns ready. Precast Living Flame, cast Dragon Rage, cast Shattering Star, then combine Tip the Scales with Fire Breath for a max-powered instant Fire Breath, then Engulf twice. If you can, just keep notice of the Fire Breath dot. Eternity Surge rank 1 just to get it out of the way. Disintegrate until you're out of essence, then Living Flame with the Leaping Flames talent. Then continue into your regular rotation. This is your rotation outside of Dragon Rage windows. Follow this checklist in order. First, of course, you would always want to get back into a Dragon Rage window, so use it if it's available, ideally with Fire Breath and Eternity Surge available. Shattering Star on cooldown, use immediately unless you're capped on Essence Burst. This ability also has some travel time, so max range casting is ideal. Then our next priority is Fire Breath. Rank 1 if Engulf is on cooldown for longer dot uptime, and max rank it if Engulf is ready to collapse the dot with Consume Flame. Then of course, after each Fire Breath, Engulf, if Fire Breath and Shattering Star are active, save the 2 charges if Dragon Rage is coming up within 6 seconds. Then Eternity Surge, rank 1, because it hits only 1 target, just to keep it on cooldown and to cast more empowered spells in our Dragon Rage window. Then Firestorm, only with the Snapfire proc. It's instant, free, and high impact, but don't hard cast it. Not on single target. Then our next priority is to just disintegrate to avoid capping essence. Then if we can't do that, we'll just cast our fillers. Living Flame if we have Burnout or Leaping Flames active, or just if you're standing still, it's much better to be casting this instead of nothing. And even if you have to move and do damage at the same time, you can press Azure Strike. If you need to move and you ran out of essence, this is your lowest priority filler. Now, Flameshaper in AoE is fast, reactive, and explosive. The goal is to apply Fire Breath, detonate it with Engulf, and weave in empowered spells like Firestorm and Pyre while keeping your essence flowing. Dragon Rage remains your main cooldown window, everything else supports it. So this is the opener for AoE. Use this at the start of large pools when cooldowns are ready. Start with Living Flame on a high HP target to apply Ruby Embers, then Deep Breath for imminent destruction if you have it talented, Firestorm, Shattering Star, then activate your cooldowns, Dragon Rage, tip the scales into a Fire Breath, then Eternity Surge, rank 1, just a fast cast inside Dragon Rage, then quickly Engulf and just tap target and Engulf again. Then transition into your normal AoE priority. And just like single target, the AoE isn't that different. Our first priority is Dragon Rage. If it's available, press it on cooldown. And of course, we want to extend it with Animality. Firestorm if Snapfire is active. This is your second priority in AoE. It's free, instant, and cleaves hard. Never sit on a proc. Then Shattering Star unless Essence Burst is capped. Use this early to amplify your next big spender or Engulf. Our next priority, Fire Breath. Keep this one on cooldown. Ideally rank 4, but it's not the end of the world if you can cut it short due to a mechanic. Then our next priority, Eternity Surge. Use rank 1 inside Dragon Rage and use rank 2 or 3 outside of it. Then our next priority is to cast Engulf if the Fire Breath dot is active. Don't overcap the charges, only delay it if Dragon Rage is under 6 seconds away. Then Firestorm, even without the Snapfire proc, cast it if everything else is on cooldown since it's still solid AoE cleave. Then we want to spend our essence with Pyre. This might seem like a bit lower in the priority, but Pyre will be most of your damage, so just keep on spending Pyre while doing everything else. Then if you can't use the cooldowns and you can't use Pyre, Living Flame, preferably with Leaping Flames. And again, just like in single target with the thing, if you're moving and you have nothing else to do, Azure Strike. If you like explosive AoE, fast mobility, and a straightforward ranged playstyle, Flameshaper Devastation is worth trying. You're not juggling timers or dots across 5 targets, you're flying in, lighting everything on fire and blowing up with a one clean burst. The most satisfying part, lining up everything, Fire Breath, Engulf, Pyres, Firestorms, and watching the whole pack disappear in seconds. It's controlled chaos and rewards good planning with huge damage. If you're new to the spec, here's the biggest trap: not casting enough. Every global matters, just don't hesitate. Press something. Even if it's casting the wrong spell, it's better than waiting too long to decide. Your entire kit is built around speed, so play like it. Final advice, just keep playing. The more time you spend with it, the faster and more natural it feels. If this guide helped you understand Flameshaper better, drop a like, leave a comment with your questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more WoW guides like this one. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.